The stars of AEW are now immortalized in their first ever official AEW trading cards. And it's your chance to win. Enter to get a first edition AEW Upper Deck prize pack. Just head to tbs.com/AEW Upper Deck Sweeps right now to enter.
My time to fly.
This is a tag team bout set for a one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, the team of Lee Moriarty and Matt Seidel.
Tag team action to kick us off here tonight on AEW Dark Elevation, and I am Excalibur, joined by the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. Mark, great to be with you here on Monday on Elevation.
Man, it is great to be with you, the A-Team.
Hell yeah. Tony Schiavone had to see about a timeshare here in Raleigh. Couldn't be bothered to come out and do commentary.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is the team of J.R. Miller and Marcus Cross?
This team of Lee Moriarty and Matt Seidel. We've seen Matt Seidel, I mean, you know, as a 20-plus year veteran, really wants to pass his knowledge of professional wrestling down to the next generation. First, it started with Dante Martin, now with Lee Moriarty.
And I don't think you could have found a better guy. Lee Moriarty is a sponge. He's had some success here in AEW, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do tonight.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, a much different wrestler than Matt Seidel was early on in his career. And you see Matt Seidel's quickness, though. He has not slowed down. Lee Moriarty, much more technical than Matt Seidel was in the early going. But right now, Seidel and Marcus Cross starting things off for the respective teams. Nice kick by Seidel.
Yeah, not very smart to just trade kicks. I don't know if we're planning, do you do that?
I think Marcus Cross may be trying to make a name for himself against a veteran like Seidel. But you have to wake up pretty early in the morning to pull one over on Matt Seidel as he makes the tag out to Lee Moriarty. Moriarty coming in with the double stomps.
Wow, listen to the pop from Moriarty.
Moriarty.
He's tying him up in that knot.
Abdominal stretch with the left arm captured across the body. Marcus Cross, though, just a desperation headbutt. Yeah, got the break.
I don't care how tough you are. You headbutt a man in the bridge of his nose, he'll fall like a stone. What movie was that? Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, yes.
Come on,
Patrick Swayze.
Come on now.
Terry Funk. Swing and a miss there by J.R. Miller. Moriarty puts on the brakes.
Oh!
Baited Miller in, and a stomp by Moriarty.
Right in the solar plexus.
Lee Moriarty.
That's fancy for right in the chest.
Sternum, what have you. Moriarty and Seidel sending Miller into the ropes. Matt Seidel telegraphed it, rolls through though, and then a double stomp there by Seidel.
Show you how to do that.
Yeah, great tag team synergy by Seidel and Moriarty here in the early goings of this match. Oh, look at that.
Come on, ref.
Marcus
wait a minute.
From behind, a kick to the back of the knee of Seidel. Oh, and a corkscrew kick to the face. Marcus Cross, and now a double stomp into the elbow drop.
That is, he said he's been waiting for this, and listen, he's doing a hell of a job right now.
And taking Lee Moriarty, taking a cheap shot against Moriarty, turning his attention away from Seidel. That may cost him, but no. Miller.
Well, actually, he shouldn't have lost his cool right there.
Oh,
well,
Moriarty.
It worked out. He saved his man.
Lee Moriarty with the assist. Tijeras on Marcus Cross. Miller charges in. Oh, step up Enziguri.
That's one of those you wish you hadn't when you did.
You want to take that one back. But
I need a mulligan.
Matt Seidel makes the leap, gets the tag to Lee Moriarty. Moriarty, the boot up in the face of Marcus Cross. Nice arm drag.
Arm drag.
Takes down Miller, escapes through the legs of Cross. Captures the arm of Cross. Cross, oh! Through the wild shot, Moriarty threw one of his own, took down Marcus Cross.
Man, look at the shape that Moriarty is getting himself into.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, we've seen a lot of growth. I mean, he's really filled out over the last few months, and since this affiliation with Seidel, oh, look at this, he brings Marcus Cross down into the Border City stretch. Matt Seidel, lightning spiral, and Moriarty cranks back and gets the submission victory.
That was really good teamwork from the guys that just was put
Here
together.
are your winners, the team of Matt Seidel and Lee Moriarty.
Well, it seems like the influence of not only Matt Seidel is paying off for Lee Moriarty, but also one of Matt Seidel's old tag team partners, Alex Shelley, who passed that Border City stretch down to to Moriarty. Great tag team victory to kick us off here tonight, Mark.
Man, that's great.
Up next here on AEW Dark Elevation action in the women's division, Tay Conti goes one-on-one with Amira.
It's back set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Tay Conti.
Tay Conti,
Man, she got people up out of their seats.
one of the most popular wrestlers in all of AEW, but also one of the most successful as well.
Unbelievable record. Has fought the best, too. It's not like she's beating the tomato cans, as they used to say back in the old boxing days.
And her opponent, Miro.
Amira, a multi-discipline martial artist. It'll be interesting to see how she matches up against Tay Conti, black belt judo player, jiu-jitsu blue belt, also Tay Conti training in Muay Thai kickboxing.
This should be a really good test of wheels because it's so much offense, you want to see what the defense is like from these ladies.
And before this match gets too far underway, I want to remind everybody you can collect all new AEW memorabilia exclusively from Upper Deck. The first official AEW Upper Deck trading cards are here, and now is your chance to win. Head to tbs.com to enter to win a first edition AEW Upper Deck prize pack. And Tay Conti get right in the face of Amira.
Why is Amira looking surprised? It's a pro wrestling match.
She took Tay Conti down. Not many strikers have taken Tay Conti off her feet with one single shot.
Well, she's got great technique, so, you know, sometimes technique overwhelms power.
Amira get tripped out. Ooh.
Wow, that was a nice defensive maneuver right there.
Ducked underneath, caught Tay Conti in a roll-up, but Tay, ooh, roundhouse
Another
kick.
roundhouse kick.
Yeah, you saw Tay had her hands down by her waist, and Amira came in with that high kick. Now Amira looking for the crucifix. But Tay changes her grip and now swings Amira out almost like a boss man slam.
Man. Crowd's getting into it.
Big boss man was huge in Brazil, did you know that?
I didn't.
Big elbow strike.
I don't think that was true.
From Tay Conti. We'll have to check our research. Tay Conti keeping the pressure on Amira here. Hammer throw into the corner. And a pump kick by Tay Conti.
Your stat checkers suck.
Poor Alex Marvez. Oh, another high kick. The trifecta, maybe, yes.
It really didn't take but one of those, but to get three.
Yeah, I mean, once Tay landed the first, I think it opened the door for the subsequent other two, but the Tay KO.
Yeah.
That high knee strike. And the win.
There's your winner, Tay Conti.
It wasn't easy.
No, Miro caught Tay Conti with some early shots. Tay weathered the storm and came back with the intensity.
Oh, look at that replay. The knee hit her right in the middle of the nose.
Now that Tay KO has ended the night for Tay's opponents so many times before, and once again here tonight. A great victory for the always tough Tay Conti. Some may call them ass boys, but we are legally obligated to call them Gun Club. Colton and Austin Gunn in action next.
This is the tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Orlando, Florida, Colton and Austin Gunn.
Mark, I have to ask you, you've known these two gentlemen for almost their whole lives, but what do you think about this new trend of calling them ass boys?
You know what? It's a derogatory term, and I would rather not say that.
Okay.
I'm above that.
Sure.
I think you are too.
Well, it rolls off the tongue better than *** boys, which is on their new shirt, coincidentally available at shopaew.com.
Oh, yes. Shop AEW.com.
Yeah, you can get some good shirts there. I heard you got a new shirt out there.
I hear I do. I gotta get one. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you're wearing one. Oh my goodness, how'd that happen?
And their opponents, a team of JB Cole and TIM.
Well, we're having a little fun at the expense of Austin and Colton Gunn, but They truly are a formidable tag team. We've seen really a lot of growth, a lot of maturation out of them over the last 12 months. But TIM here looking for a quick upset.
Can we just call him Tim rather than TIM?
Sure, we call him whatever you want, Mark. You're the world's strongest man. Big arm drags exchanged by Austin and Tim. I think he's a Tim Duncan fan. I mean, who is?
I don't know. I see it. I'm looking at his gear, and he's got like the. Oh wow, that's not called for.
Well, you know what? They kind of bring it upon themselves with the snarky attitude and really the overconfidence. But TIM or Tim takes down Austin Gunn, wrenches the left arm.
I'm wondering how Florida derogatory ends up traveling across the nation.
Well, when you put it on a T-shirt, it has the tendency to.
Well, there's that.
Okay. JB Cole with the double sledge to the elbow. Austin, you see, reaching for the tag, but Colton was too busy posturing to the crowd. I think this, this reaction from the crowd has really kind of gotten to Gun Club.
Yeah, I've had some problems when I was a young wrestler with getting distracted by the girls in the front row, and I think that Austin has a lot of that in him.
Austin Gunn with a wandering eye. Can't imagine that. Boots by Colton Gunn, breaking down Cole in the corner.
Wow, looking like his dad out there.
Big heavy boots, and you can see, or you can hear, at Raleigh, North Carolina, not Gun Club territory.
Speaking of the dad, there you see Billy down there on the floor.
Billy trying to get the focus back on the match.
Oh, high!
Tremendous drop kick there by Colton Gunn. Colton Gunn with, I believe, a double ponytail up on the top.
You know, you can't judge these days. He thinks it's beautiful, then hey, it's beautiful.
I don't recall judging at all. I was just pointing it out. You're the one that judged.
Did I really?
Well, kind of.
Kind of?
A little bit.
Wow.
I'll let you take it up with Billy.
I'll take it up with him later.
Jawbreaker there by Cole. Staggered Austin Gunn. Austin charging the corner, a little overzealous. Cole made the tag. TIM, big elbow strike. Clothesline. Man, Gun Club is in disarray. Swing and a mitt. Oh no, but that one connected.
Wow, that right hook hit him right in the cheek.
Drop step trip by Austin Gunn, comes over the top with a face buster. Colton Gunn tags in the double underhook. Colt 45, he planted him. Leg is hooked, and the victory for Gun Club.
Man.
Your winners, Austin and Colton Gunn.
Colton's getting better and better every week.
Well, I mean, I would say the same for Austin. There was some early misgivings. You know, the crowd got to them, but once Gun Club, or the S-Boys, whatever you want to call them, kicked it into gear. Asterisk boys. Sorry.
There you go. There you go. I'll take it.
Once they kicked it into gear, man, they are unstoppable.
Aubrey Everett.
Oh, see, that's sweeping the nation.
Raising the hands.
Coming up next here on Elevation, Frankie Kazarian, the mean, nasty vet in action.
This fight is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Yucca Valley, California, weighing 216 pounds. You guessed it, Frankie Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian, one of the most well-respected athletes here in the AEW locker room, but Mark Henry does not respect his pyro.
Man, listen, where did they hand those masks out? I just lost my eyebrows.
Well, I lost mine years ago, but you can't tell him.
Can't tell with the mask.
Right. Throw it back down to the dapper yapper, Justin Roberts.
And his opponent, LeBron Cozone.
LeBron Cozone making his return to action here tonight on AEW Dark Elevation. And as I was mentioning, though, Kazarian, with so much respect, you know, love him or hate him, you can't deny what Frankie Kazarian has accomplished in his pro wrestling career, not only just here in AEW, but elsewhere as well.
Yeah, he's a master strategist, too. Everybody thinks it's just physical, but it's not just a physical game. Frankie is thinking his own. Look at that. You got LeBron trying to roll out of that, and Frankie just rolled right with him.
And Frankie Kazarian is, you will recall, one half of the first ever AEW World Tag Team Champions alongside Scorpio Sky, though that may feel like a million years ago. Kazarian, since then, has concentrated, well, he did have his successful team of SCU with Christopher Daniels, though that team, that run as a tag team, and that friendship was ended by the Young Bucks.
Why does Frankie keep switching partners and then all of a sudden leaving?
Well, I mean, I think Scorpio Sky wanted to go his own way, as we've seen over the last few months, and then it was the team with Christopher Daniels that was dissolved by the Young Bucks. They put their team on the line against their old friends, the Young Bucks, and the Bucks resorted to cheating to end that team of Kazarian and Daniels.
Exactly right. I get hit in the head a lot. Well, I used to.
And LeBron Cazone getting hit in the chest quite a bit there by Frankie Kazarian.
That was a nice lock on the ring rope, keep himself from being shot off, and probably his face kicked in.
But Kazarian overwhelming Cazone in the corner.
I was going to ask you, you said mean and nasty, and I just saw a little bit of both right there.
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian is, as well respected as he is, he's got a temper on him. And now the switch sends Cazone into the ropes. Cazone, though, comes back with the elbow strike. Takes down Kazarian. Leaping headbutt. Covered. Kazarian kicking out at one.
He's wearing very regal colors. Purple and gold.
I might say
royal.
They are Lakers colors.
You know what? With a name like LeBron, there might be a reason for that.
Coincidence?
I think not.
And massive chops being delivered by Kazarian.
Ooh, a right hand that would have knocked out an elephant.
Yeah, LeBron Cazone dropped to one knee, but countered, used Kazarian's momentum against him. Cazone, both legs hooked.
He's got to lean into that shoulder. He's got to lean in.
Yeah, I think LeBron Cazone thought he had won an easy victory on Kazarian, but Kazarian so tough. Frankie rolls off the back. Right hand blocked. Kazarian, hammer throw into the ropes. Reverse, but the back elbow. Kazarian trucked him, the leg lariat. And now Cazone up. Body slam by Kazarian. We've seen him use this before. Off the middle rope with the leg drop.
And as quickly as he came and made a real positive move, he got put down, and Frankie is on top.
Frankie Kazarian so resilient, comes in the corner, the double knees, and now looking for that crossface chicken wing. The legs are locked.
Come on, ref.
LeBron Cazone forced to tap out.
Here is your winner, Frankie Kazarian.
He's taking that victory lap.
Kazarian looking sharp, looking tremendous in victory here tonight on AEW Dark Elevation. All it took was that one opening to lock in that crossface chicken wing, and Kazarian was able to end the night of his opponent.
Yeah, he's got a mouse on the above his eye. I think that elbow that LeBron shot in the middle of the match marked him up a little.
Kazarian, crossface chicken wing, scores the victory here tonight. Frankie Kazarian, the man from Yucca Valley. Coming up next here on AEW Dark Elevation, the one and only Ruby Soho in action.
Fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Lafayette, Indiana, Ruby Soho.
Well, Mark, it was a heartbreaking loss for Ruby Soho in the TBS Championship Tournament Finals, but it's all about how you bounce back. And Ruby Soho, do not count her out.
Do not count her out. Listen, man, that music gets me fired up. Every time she comes to the ring and you see her energy, you know, from this energy, I don't know if her opponent's got a chance.
And her opponent, Kenzie Page.
Kenzie Page making her return to action here tonight on AEW Dark. And before this match gets underway, AEW will be returning to Cleveland, Ohio in the Wolstein Center on Wednesday, January 26th. And don't miss AEW's return to Chicago, Illinois in the Wintrust Arena on Wednesday, February 2nd. Tickets for both events on sale right now, AEWTIX.com. Ruby Soho and Kenzie Page meet in the center of the ring. Kenzie backing Ruby up to the corner, but a quick step by Ruby to turn her opponent. Very skilled to not let herself get cornered. Once again, Ruby and Kenzie meet in the center. Waist lock by Kenzie Page. Ruby Soho, though, focusing on that left wrist of Kenzie Page. Now the elbow. Oh, man, look at the torque she's putting on that elbow. And Ruby, once again, keeping the pressure on that left elbow. But it's hard to look at. Kenzie Page grabbing a handful of hair, trying to pull up Ruby in the double underhook, but Ruby back to it. Yeah, just with an underhook of her own on the elbow. That is viciously painful. Hey. Kenzie Page, the handful of hair, rolls Ruby out towards center. Rolling elbow strike. Wow, that was a big shot by Kenzie Page. Oh, a knife edge chop right below the throat. And big elbow strikes, rocking Ruby in the corner. Ruby Soho. Man, she's not shy. Now, Kenzie Page looking to make a name for herself here tonight. Look at Ruby, though. She's getting mad. Oh, Ruby stomped to the toes, kick to the midsection. Lifts Kenzie up and now charges in. Whoa, back elbow by Kenzie Page, and the clothesline. Kenzie Page on the verge of an upset. Ruby, you see Ruby favoring her nose. Maybe one of those elbows caught her high. Yeah, I think it's one of those kicks slipped in there too. She's doing a lot of talking rather than a lot of hitting. Yeah, Kenzie needs to take advantage of this opportunity. She's got Ruby, who, you know, may have a broken nose, maybe just a bloody nose, who knows, but payback. Ruby on the back elbow. Driving Kenzie Page face first to that middle turnbuckle pad. Ruby brings Kenzie, or baits Kenzie out towards center. Clothesline, back elbow. Well, that's the difference between Ruby and Kenzie. Whenever Ruby hits her, she follows up with something. Ruby, great combination, striking offense. She feinted with the enziguri. That head and shoulders fake opened Kenzie up and allowed Ruby to connect. The awareness to not let herself be shot off and reversed it, put Ruby right in the ropes. Desperation move there by Kenzie Page, though. Oh, high super kick. The thrust kick caught Ruby on the jaw. Now Kenzie spins Ruby out. No! Future! Out of nowhere. What a shot and what a win by Ruby Soho.
Here's your winner, Ruby Soho.
Mark, when you have a striker like that, somebody so talented with their feet, they can end the match at a moment's notice. And you always have that to lean on. Oh, man, flush right on the jaw. Was that no future, that backwards kick, the shin, the top of the boot of Ruby Soho, put the lights out on her opponent and scored the victory. And there was no future. See what I did there? I did, that was good. Tag team action coming your way next. Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Private Party right now.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
Yeah, that's it. It's a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Brooklyn, New York, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Private Party.
Mark, when we crowned new AEW World Tag Team Champions here a few weeks ago, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, a lot of teams put Jurassic Express on notice. Private Party was one of them. Yeah, and they've had their number, and it's good to see these guys back in the ring. You know, it seemed like it's been a while since we've seen them together. Doing a lot of business for big money, Matt Hardy, but now competing tonight in tag team action.
And they're opposed the team of Chase Emery and Patrick Scott.
Chase Emery, Patrick Scott making their debut as a tag team here tonight. on Elevation, but they're going to have their work cut out for them against one of the great young tag teams here in AEW. And really, we can't say enough. I mean, Private Party was insanely talented to begin with, but that influence of Big Money Matt Hardy, one of the greatest minds in tag team wrestling of his or any other generation, has really, I mean, you know, grown or, you know, allowed Private Party to grow.
Well, you have guys that are unbelievably talented as they are, and you have the ingenuity and the brain trust that Matt Hardy is. You would almost have to be a fool not to learn from him.
As we see Isaiah Cassidy, the pressure on, makes the tag out to Mark Quinn.
Oh, look at Quinn stepping there seamless. That's a polished tag team right there.
Nice hammerlock, reversal side headlock by Mark Quinn on Chase Emery. Emery, top wrist lock. Backing up to the corner, Patrick Scott makes the blind tag. Private Party in a little bit of trouble here.
They're getting out wrestled, that's for sure. Oh.
Whoa, just a brute force attack by Mark Quinn, who's now in the mount, and instead of raining down lefts and rights, just paintbrushes his opponent.
Well, the disrespect, you know, that's the one thing that separates these guys from other tag teams. You see a lot of tag teams go at people, and they would rather look good than be good.
That splash there by Mark Quinn, and now Isaiah Cassidy comes in. The senton. Private Party looking good and being good here in the early goings.
Well, they're actually doing a good job, but how well of a job could they be doing if they just stayed at task and didn't want to paintbrush and flex on the crowd?
That's a tremendous point, but right now, look at this. Mark Quinn punches to the kidneys. Chase Emery.
Oh, nice.
Getting worked over in the corner there by Isaiah Cassidy. Quinn, shoulder to the midsection. Cassidy comes in, back elbow. And now, modified poetry in motion there.
Yeah, you see little Hardy's influence.
Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, you know they've got their sights set on Jurassic Express in the AEW World Tag Team Championship, but
makes the tag.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, man, bicycle kick right to the ear.
Quinn came back. He put on the brakes, came back with that kick, and dropped Patrick Scott. Isaiah Cassidy comes in over the top. High Gamengiri. And now Quinn comes up. Gin and juice from Private Party. Cassidy with one finger makes the pin and gets the win.
Here are your winners.
One
Private Party.
I mean, that is just showing no respect to your opponent.
They're dancing, flexing, bottle service in the club.
Private Party with the victory here tonight, and perhaps one step closer to Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
Get your hands raised.
The stars of AEW are now immortalized in their first ever official AEW trading cards. And it's your chance to win. Enter to get a first edition AEW Upper Deck prize pack. Just head to tbs.com/AEW Upper Deck Sweeps right now to enter.
And next here on AEW Dark Elevation, Jay Lethal goes one-on-one with Alexander Moss.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Elizabeth, New Jersey, weighing 223 pounds, Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, since he's arrived here in AEW, has really made quite an impression, Mark.
The pride of New Jersey comes back, and he is all about business. It's been a while, man. Love seeing Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, as we've seen of late, mixing it up with Team Taz, a situation worth keeping your eye on. But right now, let's throw it back down to Justin.
And his opponent, Alexander Moss.
Alexander looks like a deer in the headlights. I want him to get that look off his face. Stop respecting him so much and go to work on it.
That's perhaps the most dangerous thing you could do for an opponent like Jay Lethal. As soon as he realizes he's got the advantage, it's game over, basically.
Oh, Moss is starting to wake up a little. Let's see what happens.
Collar and elbow tie up at the center of the ring. Just a reminder, AEW Dynamite will be live this Wednesday night from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. at the Washington, D.C. Entertainment and Sports Arena on Wednesday, January 19th, and then a special live Rampage Friday, January 21st. Tickets for both events still available right now, AEWTIX.com and Ticketmaster.com. Great combination by Jay Lethal there.
It was, and I guarantee you that Alexander Moss was not expecting him to do a cartwheel out of that.
No, I mean, it's you can only do so much preparation, and for a guy like Jay Lethal, there's plenty of footage out there, but Jay Lethal's a guy that's constantly mixing it up.
And that's to his advantage. You know, he's not going to go out there and do the same thing so people can see a habit and come up with a strategy to stop him.
Yeah, keep your opponent guessing. Jay Lethal is tremendous at that, but Alexander Moss, look at that combination.
He slipped the right hand in there.
Yeah, Lethal covered up for the left coming in, but Moss came in with a big right hand across the jaw. Now 2 consecutive boots to the face of Jay Lethal.
It's good to see the guys in this area that's getting a chance against somebody like a Jay Lethal. You rarely get to be in the ring with a guy that was a former champion, a guy that is held at such a high regard, and here you are on elevation facing one of the greats.
Yeah, win or lose, this is a huge opportunity for a young competitor like Alexander Moss.
Exactly.
But Lethal, that elbow to the midsection. Moss, though, doing a good job keeping the pressure on Lethal. Jay, though, elbow to the midsection and rips the chest of Moss with that chop.
That's a familiar chant in this part of the country.
Lethal follows Moss to the outside, but Moss comes in, throws the boot.
Not this time.
Lethal escapes underneath. Misdirection with a clothesline, hits him with a second one. And a leg lariat takes down Moss.
There he is, he's starting to get the strut.
Yeah, once Jay Lethal starts cooking, he's hard to stop. Moss charged in, ate the boot though from Lethal. Lethal backbreaker, flatliner combination. Jay Lethal's feeling it here.
Oh no, he's gonna give him that elbow. It looks like it. Everybody knows what this means.
Jay Lethal headed up to the top rope.
Big wink to the fans, and oh, there you go.
Even bigger elbow drop. Lethal floats. Oh
no!
Wow!
Alexander
Moss. I mean, Lethal landed the elbow drop. It looked like a good cover, but Alexander Moss shown some perseverance here.
Man, this mama's gonna be proud of him.
Whoa, Moss.
There you go, a little fight. He's got some fight in him.
Yeah, the crowd was chanting one more time. Lethal turned his eyes off his opponent for a moment. Alexander Moss, well, trying to make the most of it. The back body drop by Lethal. Lethal charges, went for the slide between the legs. Moss put the brakes on.
Oh, man, Moss.
Far leg hook.
I am shocked.
Whoa, that was very close to an upset.
That was close. That was as close to an upset as I've seen in a long time.
And, you know, Jay Lethal can't be happy about that. Moss can't argue with the officials, though.
No, you can't. I mean, I've never seen an official go, oh, you were right,
yeah,
and then change his decision.
That's a 3 count.
Never.
Fireman's carry by Moss has Lethal up on the shoulders. Lethal hammering in with some elbow strikes. Rolls over into a sunset flip. No. Moss clapped the boots together. Forcing Lethal to abandon ship. Jay looking for the
Backslide.
backslide. 1, 2. Ooh.
Oh, man, they almost beat him with a backslide. I've never seen anybody get beat with a backslide.
O'Connor roll. Lethal sent into the ropes. Comes back.
Yeah!
Lethal injection. And just like that.
He's not kicking out of that.
The winner of this match, Jay
Look at the eye.
Lethal.
You know, we talked earlier in this program about when certain competitors turn it on. When they kick it into high gear, they're almost unstoppable. Jay Lethal is one of those guys.
He is one of those guys, and there are a few of them here at AEW, and I guarantee you that you don't want to see that move. And usually if you do see it, it's on a video because you were out.
Yeah, that's right. You're watching the replay. Jay Lethal picking up a huge victory here tonight over a very game Alexander Moss. Congratulations to that man. Jay Lethal on the
Time
win.
for popcorn.
Wednesday on TBS. Power couple Britt Baker and Adam Cole face Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. The Acclaim takes on Darby Allin and Sting. And CM Punk now has to get through Shawn Spears.
Eventually, you're gonna run out of people to hide behind.
AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite, live at 8, now on TBS.